Hey everybody, this is Alzorath and welcome to GamerFi. Today we're taking a look at Ancestry. It's a tactics card game that, if you're familiar with tactics games, it'll be relatively straightforward to you how to play, but it's actually kind of fun. I enjoyed it. There is a little bit lacking in variety right now, but I would wager that will change over time, so we'll see how that goes. We're going to jump straight into a single player game, and then I'll come back and show you guys the deck builder and stuff like that. We're going to do against the AI because, well, this is GamerFi, it's first impressions, so we're going to be going into that one. I actually do have something to say about the AI as well, and we can choose our area. I'm going to just go random. I have not seen all the areas. There's currently 6 areas, I believe, that you can go to. I have a custom deck, and there is the starter deck. The starter deck is just fine, but let's go ahead and click ready, and we'll see how the AI performs against us in the area we end up in. The graphics are pretty good. They're solid 3D graphics. It's about on par with, say, Forced or something like that in terms of quality. And as opening hands, we actually have a mulligan system pretty similar to Hearthstone's. I'm going to keep the Fireball and the Mahdi. The Mahdi is actually kind of important to me. Now, control scheme is pretty straightforward. You have a lot of control over the camera, which is important for the 3D tactics games. I wish more games had quite this level of control. Even XCOM didn't have this level of control, so yeah, we are currently on the Ruins stage, which has 3 points of interest. We have 3 minutes to take a turn, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to use my usual strategy for this one. I'm going to charge up here with a Mahdi. Mahdi is kind of like the only haste guy currently, so you'll see him played quite a bit. And we'll just kind of chill down there. We'll start bending down to get these other totems. The entire point of the game is to score a certain number of points. On this map, it's 40 points. And you get points by holding towers, and you get points by killing enemy shamans. And the enemy shaman will respawn. Because you noticed that whenever I cast this guy, I only had a little circle around myself. That means you can only summon on top of your character. And you can actually use that to your advantage later on as well. The voice acting is pretty decent for this style of game. It's about on par with kind of the early Warcraft series. Not the like World of Warcraft or anything like that, but more on par with like Warcraft 2 level quality of audio. And we're just going to move around. He didn't move very far. Yeah, he moved down just a little bit. The camera does not auto-center on the opponent whenever they're doing their moves, so you kind of want to move over there as well. Just uses WASD to move, which is simple. You can also go edge scrolling. I'm not going to do the right because there is no window constrainment. You'll see that my mouse is going on and off over there. That kind of sucks because I do have, if you only have one monitor, it will contain it just fine. I have a second monitor for notes on the side. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to move this guy down there. The control scheme is pretty much just left click and move kind of situation. We have direct damage spells and we have allies, which is kind of expected. Allies are a bit more important and they do counter like frequently, so you need to be aware of that too whenever you're choosing your moves, and it doesn't have an alert whenever you haven't moved your guys, so you need to be really aware of what units you have as well. It tells you how many cards you have left in your deck. I've never decked out, so I don't know what happens there. And you have your discard pile, which is just basically what you've already cast. Now, creatures on the field do not count as cards. Their card is discarded and they come into the field, so that's kind of how that goes. As far as mechanics go, in case there's any future cards that play on that, that might have an impact, but currently there are not any. So I don't even think there's any recursion cards, which is kind of weird for a game like this. You'd think they'd want those. But we're just going to keep summoning up stuff. They haven't... Oh, they have summoned a guy. They summoned a little Kaijo. Kaijos are melee units. I should probably cover that in just a second. Let's get this second tower under my control, and then we can cover the differences there. Let's get a whirling guy there. He's probably going to meteor storm us, but yeah, whatever. We have overwhelming numbers. And end turn. Now, as far as stats go, they're moving over there. As far as stats go, down here in the lower left, you have your character stats. So you have your attack, which this one says it's a 3 attack, 3 out of 3. And he just fireballed that guy, which is going to kill him. But you have your attack stat, you have your health stat, which is the little green cross, you have your attack range in the bottom left, and your movement in the bottom right. So that tells you basically the stats you can expect from a unit, and you can see them on the cards as well. I currently mostly have spells in my hand left, which is not necessarily a good thing, but Ancient Wisdom is pretty good for that. I'm going to grab that totem and just keep moving down here, try to capture his other one. Now, in the top, you'll see the score progressing. He has 3 points, I have 6 points, because he has 1 totem. I have had 1 totem longer, and I'm about to get another one on my side. I'm going to lock it down and try to defend it. So we need guys. Bad. So you have resources in the bottom right. It follows the Hearthstone style resource where you gain 1 resource each turn, and then it just gets used. A lot of games use this system. It's not just Hearthstone, so that's important to remember as well. We might want to kill that guy. Just a hunch here. Yeah, we want to kill him. Oh, he is out of range of a fireball. Holy crap. So we're going to have to actually work to get him. That sucks. I don't like having to work to get my guys dead. Let's see. Yeah. Limited range on the attacks can sometimes hinder you, but usually you're more centrally positioned than I am right now. So we might lose that place up there, but we are still ahead as far as resources go. Oh, just out of range. Enter. Now, there are different, like, damage spells. There are draw spells. I'll show you those in the little deck constructor. If we lose this one, I'm gonna laugh my butt off. I haven't lost a match yet, so no, he's seeing the threat that I'm posing coming down towards that bottom right, so he's going to be coming after me. Unfortunately, that's going to spell his doom, I think. Yeah, we're gonna kill that guy. Now, the shamans cannot attack. You'll notice that I'll be able to hit him and he won't be able to do anything back. They have 0 attack, but they have 20 life. And when they die, the opposing team gets 5 points. Not 5 points, 10 points, sorry. Out of range there because there is an obstruction. Yes, terrain can impact what you're able to hit. So you'll see, yeah, I can't hit him because he's just too far away. And I think we want to move up towards the middle here so we can start getting a little bit more progression towards that. And we're not going to get Ancient Wisdom, and we're not going to use the Meteorite just yet. We want to save those for dealing with allies, because we can deal with the Shaman without a problem. The Shaman is not a huge threat. He can kind of camp on things and keep it from being able to be captured, but other than that, not exactly much he can do. So we just need to, like, surround him. We can take him out for extra points, but right now we are definitely in the lead in that regard. So let's see, we got 8 points. I think it's time for an Ancient Wisdom. Draw up some more cards and get us some more resources, or we could just drop out a guy and actually have more threats on the field. It's really a toss-up as to which one you do. Usually I'm much more ahead at this point, but yeah. I wish there was a way to accelerate resources. There currently is not. He doesn't like that guy, but he's going to die in the process anyway. Oh god, he's summoning out all kinds of stuff. Fortunately, due to the way that he summoned them, they're all kind of close to him, so I can take them out relatively easily with a meteorite if I really want. Yeah, and I think I will do that. Boom. Die. There you go. That guy's down to 1. That guy's dead. He takes 3 damage on his shaman. This guy is a melee range guy, I think. Yeah, he is. Once you attack, you have used up your resources for the turn, so you need to be aware of that as well. And you don't want to pack your units too close because of things like what I just used. So, you just cast spells and you kind of choose what you want to do with them. Oh, and we got some of my favorite guys, the Kalevi. I'm going to mention them in just a little bit, probably in the deck builder. They're just all kinds of fun. Units can have special abilities. This one has like a whirlwind effect. I'm not going to use it just yet, but they are different effects that they can just actively perform, and they have cooldowns. Like this one has a cooldown of 1 turn, so if I use it now, I can't use it next turn, but I'll be able to use it the turn after. And it just deals basically your attack damage to the guys around you. It deals 3 damage. I don't think it actually will deal your like normal attack damage because, well, your attack damage can go up, and that one I don't think does. So we have a whole bunch of guys that we can summon out. We have a whole bunch of fun that we can have. So it's kind of reached a point where we just need to start taking them out. We're going to take out the big guy. Can you get up close to them? No, but you can take out this little guy. Now you get to see it. He just deals 3 damage to everybody around. And it will hit all of them, not just that one. It's just I needed to get rid of him then and there. Let's see. Kalevi is going to be my range guy. He's always lovely to have. I'm going to get a little bit of a runner up here, just a little bit away from him so he doesn't have a 2x2 spot to smack him on. So he's getting resources. I'm up to 28. I should be able to win this one just fairly quickly. I just have to kill him before he's able to... Oh, he got a big guy. And he's going to deal some damage. No! Let's see. We have card draw a little bit. Thankfully, the range we're at, we can just start picking away at these guys. So, boom... you can run up and do a little bit of damage to him as well without getting retaliated. That's the good advantage of this ability. You don't get retaliated against. You can shoot him. And we're just trying to get him down to a point where we can just totally annihilate them. And their talking is a little bit distracting today. They're actually a lot chattier than I remember it being. So get that guy out. And we now have a pretty decent army here. Yes, he has the one big health guy, but we've done enough damage to him that we pretty much can take him out within a reasonable amount of time. We just need to kill the shaman and we can immediately win because of the 10-point bonus. A little bit of a meteor there and a lightning strike will take out a bunch of our guys, but not enough for me to really worry about. 2 damage. All of these are 2 damage. Let's see. You're 3 damage, so you can just kill him. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go after him just so we can get a quicker win. Let's see. Let's draw some cards. Just in case. Nothing that can actually win that one. We got an Elder Mahdi, which is what you've seen doing the little whirling attack. And we're going to move there. Not going to attack with her just yet because that will end her move. Instead, we're going to come in with a little guy, kill off him so we can clear a path to that guy and just start stabbing him. Poke. Can that get in range? Please let that be in range. Because if there's an obstruction, it's not in range, so. We do have to walk around our own guys. You can't obstruct each other from a vantage point, so it's important to remember. And we'll go for some card draw. In turn. That one has such a cute little voice, too. Oh, he's got another big guy. But that's not going to save him. He's still only 3 life. And we can just fireball him, and bang, we win. Up to 48 points. Victory! And yes, there is a leveling system. I'm not sure what it does other than unlocking new portraits. Because we can change our portrait. I'm going to go ahead and check mark there. If we go into single player, you can come over here and click that. And you can change your portrait to whatever you want. I think these unlock with higher levels. But I like this one because it reminds me of my channel avatar. So we're going to go back and let's go look at the deck builder here. This is why I say it's fairly limited. We're going to go into first deck. And you have minions, spells, and you can change your deck icon. Currently I have that. Not a whole lot of them, but if they ever wanted to include something where you could have microtransactions, deck icons would be something for that. Possibly different skins for the characters would be a good way to do that. I think games like this do need microtransactions to help fund future expansions. That's my opinion. That's just what makes sense from a business point of view to me, because you'd need money to keep producing more content. You need to be able to pay the bills, pretty much. So that's one thing that concerns me about this. I do hope they eventually do come up with a microtransaction system. That was one of the failures of, say, Scrolls. They didn't have that in there, so it kind of like petered out because they didn't have the ability to keep up the funding and the resources to continue growth. So, anyway, into here we have a decent number of units. We have, let's see, I didn't even count them before. We have 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 units, and we have 12, 18, 24, and 26 spells. I currently do not have I don't know how to unlock those, but it would be nice to actually have the ability to use that and banishment. I have had them used against me. I've had banishment used against me, so I know it's in the game. I just don't know how to unlock it just yet. I have a feeling it might just be level based, so that is a thing. And there's not many locked, so I don't really need to worry about that. You have a decent little set of allies. The 2 slot, for some reason, there isn't a lot in there that you can use, except for like maybe some spells, and they're not really super useful, so your curve is going to be a little bit janky. I do like the fact that they have the mana curve here. I do wish that it differentiated between spells and allies. Maybe blue for allies, red for spells would be nice, or something like that. Just have a divide in the little colored bar. That would be really helpful, just so you know what you're actually curving into, because, well, if you're curving into a bunch of spells on turn 2 and 3 and no allies, you're going to be in a little bit of a hurt there, because you're basically playing a turnaround deck. You need to control the board with spells and have allies. Me, I just like summoning up a bunch of allies. The variety is pretty nice. You have high health, low attack allies. You have more expensive, high health, medium attack allies. Nothing really comes across as like super overpowered. So it's not seeming like you can't win or that the enemy can't win. It's just really kind of strategy there. You do have a limit of 30 cards per deck and a cap of 4 of each card. So if you wanted to like go for it divides unevenly into 4, but if you wanted to go for that, like just optimal design, you could actually have very few card variety in here. You don't have to sacrifice any for resources, so that's another good thing. There is no resource acceleration, though, that I have found. So that is important to remember. You have like super allies, which are your big tanky guys, your 11 cost. Freezes a target guy is the one that's my favorite. It's a Kalevi. It's an Elder Kalevi, and then you just have normal Kalevi. As far as the storyline, they do tie these characters into kind of a bit of a loose story, but it's one of those kind of trading card kind of tropes where you have your all-powerful character controlling and helping these other characters towards some ultimate goal. In this one, it is you are a shaman, you're trying to bring these ancestors back to fight a battle for the power of the golem. I do wish there was a campaign mode to explain the story in greater detail, because their video that they show for it is actually pretty interesting, and you can find it on Steam, I believe. And it does lead it to believe that there could be a story here if they wanted to put it in there, so that is definitely kind of cool. I do wish there was a single-player campaign, though. That would be really nice. Let's go ahead and cancel out of here. The spells, they usually augment your allies or deal direct damage. It's pretty straightforward. You have a little bit of control cards in there, but it's not really... you're usually just going to be killing the enemy minions and summoning out your own. It's kind of a minion versus minion in the end situation. And I'm pretty good at overwhelming them with my current setup, which relies on a mix of draw and just area of effect control and stuff like that, and ranged attacks. So, and that draw cards is so vital to it, but you only need 2 of them. Having 4 of them just bogs your hand down, you'll run out of cards quick. Let's go ahead and cancel the edit there. Do you want to quit without saving? Yes. And I do wish there was more to single player. That's the only complaint I have. Multiplayer, I highly doubt we'll get into a game because, well, the game hasn't released as of this recording. Let's go ahead and search for an opponent. Oh, oh, never mind. We're searching for an opponent. Yeah, don't have anybody online right now because it would just be me, a few other press, and devs. It's unfortunate. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I might go in and make a video for each of the maps just to show them off because they are laid out quite differently. That one that you saw, we had a 3-point kind of capture system. There's some where it's more straightforward where you're supposed to capture, and then there's some where it's really hard to defend a capture point, so you either have to be extremely aggressive or go after the shaman to try to win points that way. It's really kind of a nice mix of battle arenas, and they're not really static. I do wish more tactics games like this incorporated more dynamic fields, more kind of interesting layouts, so I do appreciate them for that, and I do like the direction it's going. I do think they need to look at their business model, maybe possibly include some microtransactions for cosmetic items, at least to help fund future sets. But other than that, I really do like the direction this is going. It's fun to play. I'll probably play a few more games after this as well, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I will see you guys next time on GamerFi. Bye.